How y'all are? I'm glad for y'all to see me today. Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. I open up like that in honor of the person's recipe we're going to do today. We're going to do Justin Wilson's buttermilk biscuits, and I'm going to show you how to do that coming up right now. Okay, the ingredients we'll be using today in our bowl, we got 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I also have 2 tablespoons of shortening. I need 1 half teaspoon of baking soda. I got 3 teaspoons of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, and a cup of buttermilk right here. And I got extra flour here to flour my thing when I go to roll out my biscuits. Now we may need a little bit extra buttermilk, may not quite need as much buttermilk. We won't know that till we get it. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to dump my baking powder and baking soda and salt in. And then I'm going to take this fork and I'm going to stir that up, and I'm going to just cut my shortening into it with that fork. Just sort of cut it into my flour real good with the fork so that it gets spread around real good, and it'll just have it'll just more or less turn into just little balls down in there, but it'll get spread around in there. Just keep it chopping until you get it all mixed up real well. We just want to chop it in real good. You can see the little balls starting to form from the shortening there. That's what we're looking for. Just get them little balls in there. Get it mixed in well. Now, Justin Wilson, when he made his buttermilk biscuits, he liked a little thin biscuit. So he rolled his out real thin and cut them where they was thin. Now me, I don't like a real thin biscuit, so I'm going to let mine be a little bit thicker than what his was, but we're following his exact recipe. Justin Wilson. Get rid of that. Now, like I said, we may or may not need the full cup of buttermilk. We may need a little extra, but we're going to take that, set that aside, and we're going to take our buttermilk and we're going to add just a little bit in there. Probably about half of it, and then we're going to just stir that around. We're looking for just a biscuit consistency here. I'll add a little bit more. I think we're going to need to add the whole cup this time. Like I said, it just depends. Sometimes you need a little more, sometimes you need a little less. But we may have to add a little bit more to this one before we're done. And my hands are clean. I washed them. They're clean. So we're going to just sort of get us a sort of a biscuit consistency here. And I believe it's going to take just a little bit more buttermilk than what we got here. Let me get me just a little bit more buttermilk here. I'm just going to pour a little bit in there. Pour probably another 1/4 of a cup in there. We'll try that and see. We get it close, I'm going to dump it out where I can just pat it with my hand and roll it out there and make our biscuits. Need just a little bit more. We just want to get it where it's sticking together good. And so I think we're gonna get on it with our hands now. Put that over out of the way and see what we got here. I'm gonna move that back, set that back over there, and I'm gonna dump me out some flour here. Get my sifter. Sift me some flour out on my thing here where I can dump that out. Because we don't want them sticking. And then we're just going to take and try to get this out. We're just going to mash this together. And we really don't want to knead it a lot, but we just want to get it combined good, where it'll, you know, sort of stick together. It's what we're doing. A little bit of flour on top of it there. Make it come together. Like I said, when Justin Wilson did his biscuits, he liked to get them really, really little. But I don't like my biscuits little. He liked them about 1/8 of an inch thick. But I prefer a bigger biscuit than that. So I'm going to leave mine just a little bit bigger than that. I think she's starting to look pretty good there. Probably do one more knead on it and then it probably will be all right. All right, let me wash my hands and then we'll be right back and cut these biscuits and get them in the oven. I got the batter off my hands there. I got my cast iron skillet, got it greased with grease. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to dip my little biscuit cutter here in the flour and I'm just going to cut me some biscuits. And you can roll them, you can pinch them, you know, however you want to do your biscuits. But I'm just going to cut mine out with my biscuit cutter there. And you can see I left mine probably about 1/2 inch thick. And what you want to do when you put your biscuits in the pan, Darlene Crows, you want them touching each other. You want them touching because what that does, that'll make your biscuits come up instead of going out. If you don't have your biscuits touching each other, they're just going to spread out and be flat. So what you want to do, you want to get your biscuits to where they're all touching. And then they don't have no choice but to come up. And that's how you get your biscuits fluffy. Otherwise, your biscuits, like I said, it's going to spread out. And you're just going to have a flat biscuit. It's never going to rise. So in order for it to rise, you've got to have them up against each other. And so I'm going to see, can I get a couple more biscuits out of this where we can get them in there. I think I got room for one more biscuit in there. Just like that. And we got our oven preheated to 475 degrees. We're going to put them in for 10 to 12 minutes. And we'll bring you back whenever we take them out. Okay, we got our biscuits out here. It took them about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how you cut yours. Now, like I said, Justin Wilson cut his real thin, so you know his 10 to 12. Depending on how you cook them, start checking them in about 10 minutes, because that's what I did. I started checking about 10 minutes and then just watched them till they got good and brown. We're going to let them sit here for about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll bring you back for a taste test. Okay, it's been about 5 or 6 minutes here. We're going to dump them out here and see what we got. Oh yeah, look how nice and brown they are on the bottom there. We're just going to flip them over. We're going to break one open and put a little butter on it, and we're going to taste them and see. Boy, them some good looking biscuits right there. They're a little warm, but notice how we got this crease in them. That's what folding your biscuits. Remember how I folded them over and then patted them down when I was kneading there at the end before I cut them? That does that so that when you get ready to open it, you can just pull it apart like that. Look at that steam coming out. Look, you can just pull them apart like that, and it gives you that break for them to pull apart. And I'm going to put a little bit of butter on this. I like butter on a biscuit. I can make a whole meal out of just biscuits and butter. Yeah, I know they say eating a lot of butter ain't good for you, but that's okay. I like my butter. Ooh, that's going to be hot, but that's going to be good. It's hot, I can't hardly hold on to it. Boy, them just like Mama used to make. I don't want to rush y'all off, but I really want to eat these biscuits. So we're going to end this video so I can go ahead and eat. Y'all give the video a thumbs up. Like, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you that do. We appreciate those that take time out to watch our videos. Subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.